Roshan shall bow to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Esports Money's ESM Mac 10, whatever you want to call me, and welcome to my guide to jungling Ursa. Ursa is one of the best junglers in the game, especially for new players. He's not necessarily the fastest jungler, but with an Iron Talon, he's much faster than he once was. Like, he's one of those heroes that was jungling way before Iron Talon was a thing. And he can be built kind of tanky. Once you have lifesteal, you can kind of jungle all day, you can kill ancients, you can really do whatever you want when it comes to neutrals once you get to like level 6 and have a couple items. But I digress. The purpose of this jungle isn't necessarily to be safe, it's to be as greedy as you possibly can, so you want to basically take Rosh at the first instance at which you feel comfortable doing so. And that will come down a little bit to RNG. If you get bashed on every single bash proc that Rosh can possibly do, then the level and item requirements to kill him are going to be exponentially higher than if he if he didn't have bash, or bashed you like twice throughout the whole process. So you need to take that into consideration. My most balanced way of taking Rosh, I actually get ye old-fashioned Morbid Mask, which I then build into either a Mask of Madness or a Vlad's. I think Vlad's is still the better item of the two, but I won't argue for that because I know Mask of Madness is quite trendy on the hero. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a point in Fury Swipes. Second thing I'm going to do is get a point in my W. I'm going to max my Fury Swipes by level 7, and I'm going to get 2 points in my W by level 5. Beyond that, I will get my ult every single time I possibly can get my ult, because it's awesome, it doesn't cost any mana. And Earth Shock. I might get a value point in Earth Shock. That's really up to you. If you think that you can go late and you're trying to outfarm your opponents, which is not always something I recommend with Ursa, then go ahead and don't level Earth Shock and just keep AFK farming. But if you want to play the hero the way most people would say is the correct way to play the hero, and the way that most people do play the hero, then get a point or two in Earth Shock, Earth Shock early on, and get a Blink Dagger or something like that so you can sneak up on people. So pay kind of close attention to the order in which I just killed those creeps. I killed a triangle, so to speak, of neutrals that I typically kill with a melee jungler. Then I'm going to go over and kill this hard camp. I am not interested in stacking this hard camp because I can't choke it, and I know that I typically will not have enough health to fight 2 hard camps back to back without a choke. I'm going to run over here and kill this choked camp, and should be pretty close to level 4 by that time. As you can see, I'm getting pretty close to my Morbid Mask. The first item that I buy when I go to the jungle is going to be my my Iron Talon, and also going to bring a pack of Tangos. Then I'm going to get a Stout Shield at my earliest possible convenience because he is a melee hero, and Ursa has a decent bit of armor, but he's not that high in hit points, at least from the get-go, so go ahead and grab your Stout Shield, and then I will build my Morbid Mask. Now, you don't necessarily need a Morbid Mask to kill Rosh, and you don't necessarily need to be level 6. In fact, I'm going to take him on right after hitting level 5. But both of these things will help. It's really what it comes down to how greedy you want to be. What kind of chances are you willing to take? I find that a good balance of risk to reward typically happens when I'm about level 5, so I have 3 points in Fury Swipes if I'm going into the pit with full health and I have a Morbid Mask. You can go a little bit earlier than that. A few patches ago, people were trying to do it just by throwing on like 2 or 3 Stout Shields. The way that Stout Shields work is that if you have more than one, it will roll to see if the first one procs, and if that fails, it will roll in the second. If you have a Poor Man's Shield, which blocks more damage than a Stout Shield, and you have the Stout Shield on top of that, it will roll on the Poor Man's Shield first, then it will roll on the Stout Shield. Now notice what I just did there. I used my W before I went into the pit, so it would be off cooldown, so I could hit him with it twice, so that he automatically begins with like 10 stacks of Fury Swipes. So now Roach is going to go down relatively quickly, and again, this is a pretty straightforward guide. This is maybe the most straightforward guide I've ever put out. Ursa is a relatively simple hero to play, in my opinion. Yes, you could be slightly more optimal than this. Yes, you could play slightly greedier than this, but this is the way that I typically play him, and I hope this guide helps you guys out. My name is Esports Money's ESM, Mac 10, whatever you want to call me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.